All right. This clay is really wet. So today we're going to make a clay bird. All right, so I'm actually going to use probably about this much. You can use air dry clay, modeling clay, whatever works for you. I do this a lot because I fidget. So definitely need a brush. Definitely going to need some water. And I try to find like a little pointy tool because I might need to carve out some areas or pull out some areas. So if you have like a wooden knife or I think one of those plastic disposable knives would be good, or a pencil. So as long as you can have a point on the end, you should be fine. All right, so start with a bird. Stay. Okay. I'm gonna pull this apart. All right, so what I want to do is I want to shape it. All right, so this is going to be the body. Okay, so I'm actually just going to, I'm gonna try to shape it where you can see the side of it. All right, so it looks like the body is kind of broader right here because this would be the chest of the bird. And then we're gonna kind of pull it, and we just want to use our hands or fingers to shape it. And then eventually it's gonna have a tail. Okay, that might be a little bit big of a tail. Let's pinch some more off. All right, so it's always good to add and subtract on your clay. All right, so right now we're just gonna do the body and the tail is connected. And then we're gonna use the pointy tool to carve out, to help the wings come out. And there's two different ways you can do that. So if you don't have a pointy tool like a pencil or a plastic knife, that's fine. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of push it. There we go. Fill out that tail. I guess you can make the tail however long you want to make it. I don't like it. All right, I'm gonna pull that off. And I guess while I'm doing this, I'm gonna give a shout out to my nephews who actually asked for me to make a video of a 3D sculpture of a bird. So, and any more you guys can come up with, let me know. Here we go. So if I had some air dry clay on hand, I would do it with air dry clay, just because this type of clay would need to be fired. There we go. Okay, I think I like that. So we're gonna go with that. I'm gonna stand it up real quick. All right, the next thing I wanna do, I'm gonna take a piece of clay and I wanna shape his head. His head is really like a ball of clay. So if we do this, okay, I like that. All right, so I'm gonna take a ball of clay and then I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna go sideways for you. And we're going to pull the beak. Right, and let's see, does that work? Nope. No. All right, I'm gonna use my paintbrush real quick. I'm not using any water, sorry. I did just put a little bit of water on it because I moved the clay a little bit more than I wanted to. I'm actually just using the paintbrush to smooth where I want my beak. So basically I'm using the paintbrush to draw. It's one of the things I like about having a paintbrush. Here we go. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it while I'm working with it. This is regular clay. This is like ceramic clay, not necessarily regular. There's different I think people call clay different. Clay is regular, but this clay is the clay that you put in a kiln and you fire. So then you have your ceramics. This clay comes in different stages, or it dries in different stages. This stage is called plastic. And then when it's really dry, it'll go leather hard, and then it'll go to greenware. But this is like the best stage for the clay if you're building something, because it is very good at being moldable. All right, so I really like this. I'm not a big fan of this, but what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going, yeah, I like that. Okay, so I'm actually gonna put it right here. Now, I can't just stick it, and this is with air dry clay too, because once the moisture comes out and it dries, it's going to fall off. So what I like to do is take a fork. I did not grab one, so I'm gonna use this, and we're just gonna scratch it. So you can use anything you got, really. You just need to make sure you scratch the clay up. Here we go. All right, so I'm gonna scratch it. I'm gonna take just a little bit of water. Whoops. We don't want the head to fall off. Wah, wah. All right. I'm going to use my paintbrush to now smooth the clay down, because for me, you can keep it where the head looks detached. That's up to you. What you would do is you kind of take it like this, but I kind of like the idea of the head being attached. So either you can paint it where it's smooth, or you can take a small piece of clay and we can do this. And then we have this side. So there's different ways to make a bird. This is just my variation of a bird. Did somebody break your heart? Here we go. I got that song in my head. Oh, I like this, where the clay's coming up right here. So we may use that. Let's see if I can't get some over here to do it. There we go. All right. The cool part is if anybody's watching this and like, oh my gosh, her beak is so big. Birds have different sized beaks, different sized bodies. Some birds have bigger heads in their bodies, and that is okay. All right, if you were to do a large chunk of clay, like regular ceramic clay, you would want to make sure you poke a hole in it if you were going to fire it. Air dry clay, nah. What I would do though is kind of tap it on the bottom, and that way you have that flat surface and it can sit. All right, so I got the head attached. I like my beak. And all right, so here's this. Now I'm gonna take this clay, I'm gonna roll it. When you roll it, you're making a coil, okay? And at some point, I'm gonna show you how to make stuff with coils, because that's generally how I work, as coils. Let's see, do I like this? Yeah, you can see it. Okay. Let's see. Well, let me take my pointy tool. I'm actually gonna come in. Okay, so it's two different ways you can do this. I forgot I wanted to show it to you. Okay, so you can come in, use your pointy tool. You can actually go under where you want the wing. You don't want it to come all the way out, but you can actually make it to where the wing kind of pops out a little bit. Now I dug that deep just to show you like going under, but you really wouldn't want to leave it like that. So we're actually going to smooth some of that out. And then that would give the indentation that you have a wing. Or, let me smooth it back down. So that's the cool part about clay. You can actually like, not looking, and then erase. You just smooth it out with your finger and you can erase your mistakes. Now, if you throw this, I know some boys that would or might, if you throw it, you're just going to have to start back over again. So, no erasing those kind of mistakes. Here we go. All right. So then the other way would be to form your wings. So I like this. So there's two wings. So I need to make one identical to this. So I'm actually going to put this to the side. Yeah. Okay, good. You can see it. All right. I'm going to roll out the coil. Now that's not the same. So I'm going to take it. Let's see. This is my thinner side. Now, just so you know, like, it's hard to get the exact same shape. However, as long as it works and it looks like you're making it work, you are good. I think I have too much clay. So I like to actually pull the end off because, see, this is what we call tapering, where it goes thick and then it goes super thin. This is going to be where I attach it. I just need to make sure I have my wings shaped. Shaped. Here we go. Now, if you're using air dry clay, you can let it dry and you can just use regular paint to paint it. There we go. Oh, I like him. He's cool. Let's see, what should I name him? See, I can't name him Gerald. My son has a rubber snake named Gerald. So I'm gonna name her Isabel. There we go. All right, so what you would typically do, and what I'm doing is I'm just taking that tapered end and I'm smearing it. And you wanna be careful how you hold it because you can easily push this down into it. You don't wanna do that. So let me pull this back out. So once you start giving it its wings, you're giving it personality. So do you want to make him fly? Or do you want to make him or her just chilling? There we go. All right, now for the eyes, because he still doesn't have eyes yet. All right, so I'm gonna wipe this off. Then I come in with my pointy tool. I'm actually going to, there's two ways you can do eyes. You can come in, you can carve out the eyes, which with this, I do both. Okay, so you can come in and carve out the eyes, or you can make little clay spheres. These eyes are not even. Okay, here we go. All right, or you can make little clay spheres. So I'm actually going to pinch a small piece of clay. And then I break that in half because you want the eyes to be small-ish. All right, and then that's still too big. So I'm going to break that in half. Then I'm going to shape it to where it's round. And so what I like to do is create an indentation and then still use part of the eye. Okay, rinse my brush. I'm going to use a little bit of water to attach. And then I'm going to take this other one. Whoops. Okay, not all right. That eye is too big. There we go. Let's see. So if you notice the difference, if you work the eye, smooth it out, versus if you just throw it on there. So he could be like the Terminator. Ooh, I think my next video should be with clay, I can teach you how to make a dragon egg. That might be fun. Tell me what you think. I haven't made it. I need to make some more of those, so that might be kind of fun. All right, here's my bird. Okay, so here's this side. And then here's this side. Make sure you lay them out to dry. And then remember, if the clay is like super thick and you got this giant bird, you just come in and you poke a hole. And if you want him standing up, we just need to make some feet. Okay? All right, so hope this helps. Let me know. All right, y'all have fun.